Hi guys, it's Isabel. Today we're going to be analyzing gender representation in two films through the filmic elements of mise-en-scene and point of view. The first film we'll be looking at is Mourad Alayan's 2018 film, The Reports on Sarah and Saleem, an international co-production by countries Palestine, Germany, the Netherlands, and Mexico. The film follows an unusually layered love affair between an Israeli woman and a Palestinian man. We will be comparing this film with Asghar Farhadi's 2009 movie About Elly, an Iranian film about middle-class relationships in Iran, which deals with similar themes present in Alayan's film, including the limitations of marriage and how such restrictions can result in unfortunate circumstances. So let's get started. Mise-en-scene is a French term meaning what is put into the scene, and it can best be described as all properties in a cinematic image that exist independently of camera position, camera movement, and editing, according to the Corrigan reading from class. That being said, the use of color classifies as mise-en-scene. I decided to focus on the presentation of the color red in both films. However, in the interest of time, we will focus on one movie per film element. For this one, we'll focus on The Reports on Sarah and Saleem. Take a look at these stills. In The Reports on Sarah and Saleem, Alayan's use of red is unique since he uses it rather sparingly and only with specific characters. Rather than using the color red around Sarah, the character who is cheating on her husband, red is primarily demonstrated around Saleem's wife, Bizan, arguably the most innocent character in the entire film. On the other hand, Sarah is primarily represented in earthy, mellow colors such as yellow, green, and brown. In Middle Eastern theory, this color palette, especially yellow, represents happiness and prosperity, a rather ironic choice considering the context of the film. Perhaps Alayan is asserting the idea that women must be cautious of marital infidelity, or males in general. At the same time, maybe Bizan is represented in red as a foreshadow of the ill-fated future awaiting her, since the film almost purposefully puts the color around her as a warning. Regardless of the intended message, the use of the color red in The Reports on Sarah and Saleem establishes Bizan as a pure, innocent woman in some sort of danger. Why am I not surprised by this depiction? Next, we will look at the use of point of view in About Elly. In this sequence, both Elly's point of view of the entire friend group, including young Arash, is shown, as well as the group's view of Elly standing by herself in the middle of the room. At first, the director's choice to flip back and forth between two medium shots at an almost perfect 180-degree angle seems insignificant. Yet, after comparing Elly's charade scene with one of the husband's performances, the point of view shifts. Instead of the closer, intimate viewpoints displayed in Elly's case, when Payman goes up, he is portrayed at a wider, more objective angle. It is a small deviation, but it plays on the idea that women are not looked at in the same way that men are. Whether this is an intentional decision by Farhadi is difficult to say, but this difference indicates that where all eyes close in on Elly, Payman does not receive the same notice. A similar point of view is represented two more times in the film, when Elly plays volleyball and when Payman's daughter tries to tell her dad about Arash drowning in the ocean. It's not until Payman's other daughter enters the scene that he finally pays attention. This filmic pattern ultimately reveals that women, regardless of age, receive different attention than men. Perhaps too much in the case of Elly, and too little as shown through the daughter who cannot seem to get her dad's attention quickly enough. Well, that's all we have time for, but thanks for tuning in.